What's up? What's up? What's up? This is Merrick Hamilton representing Hustlenomics, LLC. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode number 7.
Yes, sir.
And I got my incredible, pristine co-host, Terrence, in the building.
Yes, sir, man. We got my boy all the way from Detroit, Michigan, man. And this guy's doing big things up there. He's hands, boots on the ground, and really building housing, making them beautiful. And I've been knowing this guy for over 18 years, man. And it's crazy because we link up and we've been seeing each other matriculating, and now we really linking up, talking about our dreams, our visions, and what we doing. And we both in the same field in real estate, man. He really doing it, man. So I just want to welcome you to the podcast, man. We got you on here, Hustlenomics, man. LLC, how you feel, man? How you feeling?
I feel honored, man. I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you here, brother.
It's a pleasure. It's really a pleasure, man. Shout out to you guys, man. First podcast. So
It's your first one?
Your first one. So
First and best, baby.
First and best. So I'm honored to do it with this guy out of all people, and then I'm so blessed to meet the awesome Merrick as well, man. I love the energy, man. And,
Goofy, man.
Yeah, goofy, man. But like when I first met him, it was just like it was all love, man. And I'm good. I'm big on vibes. So bro, it's solid, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Oh yeah. Let's get to it. We always like to open up the podcast, man, with how you got started with real estate, man. So just go ahead and let the people know.
So I mean, as far as like the backstory, I've been dealing with houses since I was a kid.
Gotcha.
My father, shout out Demi Brigham. He's been in real estate for, I want to say 30 plus years. He started, I want to say, late 80s. He had about 10 or 14 properties in the 90s.
Incredible.
Yeah, 10 or 14 properties, like in the 90s. Inner city Detroit, east side. Properties on Maxwell, Runyon, Beaconsfield, Stockwell, Eastwood, Mayfield. The list goes on and on. So
So you just grew up immersed in real estate.
yeah, man, it was something. I wouldn't say it was forced on me, but it was just something that I was always around. I was in a sports heavy, but my dad used to make us like go to houses, his houses to be exact. And he used to be like, "Hey, man, it's time to rip out that carpet. I need y'all to rip out that carpet, bro. I'm 8. I'm 8 years old. Get the track, get the staples, get the nails, get everything out the floor."
You ain't used to get mad at him?
I did, man, because that stuff is so tedious.
Yeah.
But
You know
that's
what I'm
a
saying?
blessing, man.
But,
you got indoctrinized to the industry at such a young age. Like, your father blessed you.
Yeah, he did, man. He did. And looking back, hindsight now, it's like, thanks, Dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Pop. So I just want to give him his roses while he's here, and just thank him for instilling that in me at a young age. That led to things like drywall. That led to things like
Oh, he ain't stopped there.
No, he did. He didn't, man. He just kept his foot on the gas with me, man. Me, my brother, my little brother. He just with all of us. And right now it's evolved. It's really taken over. I'm older now, so I'm really like playing with the numbers, and I'm playing with the property, and I'm really stepping out, doing my thing.
Yeah.
And in addition, he's still overseeing me, but it's to a certain extent. He like, man, get loose. Like, do you like it's your time now.
That's
it's time
awesome.
for you to take over. So
So your father, he helped you get started. He helped build he helped you build a solid foundation. So when did you branch off and start doing projects on your own?
So I want to say about 3 years ago, I took on a couple floor jobs by myself. New laminate, new vinyl, new ceramic, things like that. I had him come, and I would be so nervous. I would, hey Pops, you think
Gotta talk about it.
you could think you could come check me out, like make sure I'm doing this right, because I was so scared at the time, and now it's to a point where it's like, hey man, Pops, I'm doing it. Like, we get a job, it's like I call my boy. Shout out to my boy Jay Lawson, man. He's
Gotta have partners.
gotta have partners. If you think you're gonna get in this real estate game and rehab homes and do everything by yourself, you're wrong.
Actually, I'm going to just make a side note. The first man who employed me in the real estate industry, he did everything by himself. Literally, no partners. He literally rehabbed houses by himself.
How old is
and
this guy?
He's 50.
Okay, well,
And he hired a couple, like he hired young cats like me from college.
Okay.
Paid us like $10.
Okay.
To help. Like I'm jackhammering bathrooms for this man.
Okay.
And this man's like, yeah, we're about to flip this. I'm gonna make like 20, 30K off this house.
And he paying you $10.
Yeah. But I'm in college, so it's cool.
But you was getting the knowledge too.
Absolutely.
You know.
But this man did everything, even rehabs. He got the house under contract, rehabs, everything by himself. So that man was the GOAT. Shout out Jim.
And that sound like a lot like my pops, man. Like, you know, like we was talking earlier, man, before the podcast even started. A lot of people get see the houses and then they see the money. They don't know what go into it. Like, you got to have an appetite for this type of stuff, man. This isn't something that you just wake up and say, hey, I want to do it. Like, it's so much knowledge and so much preparation behind this stuff. And a lot of people see the money and think they're just going to jump into it. And they got it all wrong. And that's why they fail. And then they find out, hey, this isn't for me. It's hard labor that come in this stuff. You know,
people don't like
saying?
to talk
Absolutely.
about it though. Yeah. Let's get into it, man. What were some of the hurdles that you had within it? I
That's
like
a great
it.
question,
It's like
Terrence.
you touching on some big pain points for people because you know people just see the success.
It came. So I'll tell you right now, man.
I ain't asked you about none of this stuff, so I'm curious.
So you know, before I got, you know, and still today, man, I mess up.
It happens.
You know, a lot of people won't get on a podcast and say, man, you know, I still mess up from time to time. I still take my lumps. Like, nah, bro. Like, it was times where I would cut a piece of flooring and I would go back and cut it about 10 times. Just because I didn't want to cut too far back on it and leave it so open. Like, I wanted it that much perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, how I overcame my hurdles was patience. Not being frustrated, man. Understanding that this is a process, and if this is something that I want to do in this type of game, man, it's gonna take time. You're gonna have to put in the hours of consistency to perfect the craft, and it's not gonna happen overnight, man.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's like anything that you're doing in life, you know. Like, I was talking to Red earlier, and I was telling him, like, man, you know, I'm IT wise, like, you know, technology wise, that's not it. I said, but Terrence, that's your lane, man. Like, you good at it, but he's been at it for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me, on the other hand, in this house game, like, I've been at it for a while now. And even my dad even make mistakes from time to time. This is a guy that's been in this stuff for 20 plus 30 years, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just about being patient. It's about knowing yourself. And if this is something that you really want to do, keep going.
Definitely.
Don't stop.
Definitely.
You know?
So
Definitely.
I believe that mistakes are just lessons. So what are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned, Demi?
You did more than chip some towel or something. If you want to talk about it, man.
What did I do, man? Let's see. I knocked out copper piping when I wasn't supposed to. You know, they don't even make that no more.
Yeah.
Almost got killed. Shout out to my dad. You know, he almost ripped my head off of that.
Let's talk about it.
I mean, like, you know, when you running plumbing through a shower and you knocking off the copper piping that go to the valves that turn on your hot and your cold, that's a big problem, man. And then you got to
Was it a
replace
leak?
that stuff with
Or you
PVC. I just cut the wrong pipe.
Oh.
And that could kill you?
No, he almost killed me
Oh.
for doing so.
You know how Pops be, man. Pops don't be playing that.
It's my dad, man. He hardcore, man.
Don't mess up.
Yeah, don't. He be on me, man. He really
That's
be
my
on me.
money
That's
and
love.
time.
That's love.
But
Yeah.
it's all love.
Absolutely.
It ain't like he on me like, you know, it's a problem. He like, damn, like, what you doing? Like,
Yeah.
this is what you have to do, and this is how you're gonna do it, and this is the right way, and it's living proof, you know. So he just, you know, little things like, I mean, that piping though, that made me slow my roll like 10 times. 10 times more. Like, let me slow down and really pay attention to
Learn
what I'm
this
doing.
craft.
Yeah, let me learn this craft, and let me go at a smoother pace. Let me really pay attention to what I'm doing and get in the gist of what's going on around me.
Yeah, no,
So.
that's definitely. Yeah, so this a podcast about real estate, man. Let's talk about it. I guess 2 points, man. Let's talk about some of the numbers. So you rehab homes. You help people gain the equity in their homes. So let's talk about kind of how that has been from the number side. Like,
Okay, so currently we're currently booked to like I want to say May or June of next year. I gotta look.
That's incredible.
Look at the schedule. Yeah, man, we got about 4 kitchens. I was showing Red the contact list and everything that's going on in my life because I want him to be a part of it eventually.
Appreciate that.
But we'll get on that. And we'll touch on that topic soon. How we can migrate here in Texas and things like that. But you know, a lot of people call and when people call us, they're getting a one-stop shop, man. When you rehabbing a home, a lot of people pay, you know, X amount of dollars for electrical, X amount of dollars for plumbing, X amount of dollars for demolition, X amount of dollars for the rehab and the putting it back together and the refurbishment and things like that. But when you deal with us, it's like we giving you a price and we doing everything.
So it's convenience. People are paying for convenience. That makes sense.
Correct. They're paying for they're paying for convenience.
You don't have to deal with other people.
You don't gotta call. And the biggest thing with people, what people fail to realize nowadays, man, we living in a crazy world. You know, I did a house out in the suburbs, out there in Shelby Township. I want to say about 23 mile.
When they said the real money at.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I think the house was about 3,300 square feet. We did the whole basement, but he was never there, but his kids was there. So when you dealing with people and you had them coming in and out of your house and you have them around your kids and you trusting me and my team to come in your house, that's a big point. That's a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Right. We came in, we did what we needed to do. We made sure everybody was safe. We respected his family that was there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people overlook those type of things, but
no, you sound like a professional.
Yeah. So that's something that I wanted to touch on personally. Like you can't just have anybody coming into your house. You know, like that matters. You know, guys, people cricket out here. You know, so yeah, man. That we did a basement for a guy.
How'd y'all find this guy though? That's the big thing. So
shout out to Sal.
Relationships.
Yeah, relate, and let me tell you something, man. Relationships are everything.
Yeah.
And let me touch back. You think you could do it by yourself, but those relationships that you build with people, man, are far more important. You know, I wouldn't trade my relationships for money ever in my life.
Really?
I wouldn't.
No amount of money.
No amount of money.
Man, okay.
I want to keep that relationship because it's hard to come across good people, bro.
I agree with that sentiment.
That's some wisdom.
150%.
Okay. I mean, it sound like you want to counter that though?
No, I won't. When you elaborated on good people, then I agree. But if you're just talking about any Joe Blow, relationship,
forget him. But when I'm talking about, hey man, we about to do a deal, and I'm gonna get this piece of the pie, you're gonna get this piece of the pie, and you're gonna get this piece of the pie, and we have to play our roles in this sequence. You have to play your role to a T. I got to play my role to a T. He got to play his role to a T.
Yeah.
And we gonna eat after. I got to be able to trust you to do so.
Absolutely.
And I want you to be able to trust me. And once that goes smooth, like, bro, we can do this forever.
Correct.
Why not do what I'm supposed to do and leave you two guys hanging? And it's just funny with the money. Like, nah, man. Like, we in this together, man.
Yeah, they always
I
say,
value the relationships any day.
No, a man with integrity is incredibly valuable. Like Terrence. I'm going to shout him out real quick. Terrence is an incredible human being. Like, I mean, the man comes through. He handles the technology for the podcast. He comes through with man, he set this whole thing up. Like, I'm blessed to have met this man.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
blessed to have you, too.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes he's kind of challenged to be around. I'm going to keep it rated G, but I mean, yeah.
No,
yeah, let's not get too gushy.
They always say it's better to go with more people because you can go,
Mary getting in his
you can go faster and stuff. Oh, Mary, he's sentimental. You heard it. You felt it.
Yeah, I hear what he's saying. Hey, man.
No, what they were saying though, you can go faster by going together. You know what I'm
Absolutely
saying, versus
correct.
going by yourself. So I definitely believe in that, and I'm trying to learn how to actually adapt that culture so we can go farther and get what we want faster by going with others. And lessen some of the hurdles that we got to go over. So Yeah, man. So you are a real estate owner. You just don't just rehab properties for people. You actually
Correct.
own real estate.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's talk about
Yes,
some
I
of your
do.
deals, man.
So I bought my first property when I was 24.
That's incredible.
It was a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home.
Okay.
Nice.
It was 2,600 square feet.
How much do you want to say? How much you bought it for?
I bought the house for 225.
Okay. Okay.
I bought the house for 225. You know, with the pandemic taking place, I got it right around the pandemic time, and you know, it wasn't solely me. It's back to my dad having knowledge and pushing that on me. Like, hey man, like I understand. Like, you rehabbing homes, you're trying to do X, Y, and Z. We're doing this together. Like, I get it. I get the drive. He said, but it's time for you to get something under your belt. And it's time for you to step out and work on your own. So I found a foreclosure. The guy had actually died from COVID. He had passed from COVID. And his ex-wife didn't want nothing to do with the home. You know?
Right.
So what I did was I was like, my mom actually called me and she sent me the list like, hey, I got it's
She a realtor, right?
my mom?
Yeah,
No,
or
my,
she just
my
into
mom,
real
my
estate?
mom's not a realtor, but shout out to my mom.
Oh, yeah.
She owns a building on 17 in Garfield called Successful Gems.
Okay.
She got about
shout out to businesses.
Shout out to business. She got about 50 kids enrolled.
That's what's up.
She took a little hit from COVID, but she's slowly getting back to like the 65 mark of kids. So yeah, it's lit.
what's up.
She actually sent me the listing one day.
So whole family in real estate. That's
what
crazy.
I was thinking.
Yeah,
I thought she was a realtor, but she like, no, I'm looking for deals.
No, yeah,
I
yeah.
like these deals.
Yeah, she like. I mean, that's just her being around my dad for so long.
Yeah.
My dad has always been a foreclosure guy.
Okay.
He's never bought a home brand new. He. I take that back. He did buy a home brand new. He had a house built from the ground up. But with that being said, he found out, and that was a lesson learned for him. He said, "There's no equity in this." He said, "I just got this house built from the ground up, and this year, and I haven't gained any equity. It's just all I can say is I built my own house." But he like it's builds out here that are amazing. That's crazier than this house, and they got about 60 to 80K in equity in them. You know what I'm saying? But they're
Turnkeys,
foreclosures,
yeah.
turnkey ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Or
The guts,
foreclosures.
yeah.
Y'all can do it.
Yeah, the guts on the home, the infrastructure of the home, everything is in sync. It just need a little TLC.
Yeah.
And that's where it got like
Some cabinets.
that's where a guy like me come in.
Yeah.
You know.
And take full advantage of all of that opportunity.
Correct. So he instilled that in me at a very young age, man. And like I say, man, I've been posting cribs since about 2015, 2016.
Yeah.
I'm 28 now, so I really took it like I'm really taking it serious now. But let me get back on topic of
No, bro. Freestyle.
No.
These is golden nuggets.
okay. So yeah, like I'm really taking it serious now, just as far as like posting. But back in like 2015, 2016 is when I really was like just throwing it out there, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm looking at. Just close this, Pops just closed this deal. And now, and like I say, when I was 24, I closed my first deal. And
That's dope.
It got about.
Congrats to that, man. 24, man, closing your first deal.
Thank you. And right now, it currently got about close to 200 in equity.
That's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. So, got another house, St. Clair Shores.
It's number 2 or number 3?
Number 2. We'll get to number 3.
Okay. So he has 2 rental properties. Business is booming. You're booked out to what?
Business
You
booming.
said June of next year?
May June-ish of next year. Yeah.
So you're crushing it.
Yeah, man. I'm trying, but it's getting to a point where, I got my own properties, and Red and Terrence is like, man, like, them, like, you shouldn't just have them properties sitting. You should have them rented out. You should be making money.
Absolutely.
But time, and like I say, it's just me and my team. My dad. It's me, my dad. And shout out to Jay, my boy Jay. in Wayne, and we've been getting busy, bro. It's just us, you know. And my little brother Dallas. It's just us, you know. So I'm working on everybody else's homes. I don't even have time for my own homes.
Hey, but before we get too far into it, Demi, go ahead and tell them the name of your company in case they want to look you up.
Check it out, man. Follow me on Instagram at _Brrrr _home Stone and Home _Brrrr Stone and Home. Follow me. I post almost every day. I'm giving out free gems. I'm posting different projects. I got an archive of projects I'm just waiting to drop, man. I got a professional photographer coming out to take these photos and give you guys all the details that come with the projects that we're doing. So
no, that's dope.
Yep.
Congrats. So you really launching it. You taking it to the next level. It's like I didn't master my skills. I done played around. Dad, did I do this right? You know, so it's like, cool. I'm ready, pops. Like we about to scale with this, and you know, I feel like you got a lot of things working. Like you got your business going, but then you're trying to grow portfolio and gain that side. So it's
Correct.
it's only so much time. It's only so much we got to do. But having that experience.
But he's 28. He's hitting it from so many different angles.
Having that experience
Man.
from other people, and then being able to perfect on like, you know, what you have now, man, you can go further having that drive and having that experience, man, because we don't want to learn on the fly, man. So we definitely want those mentors, man. So just identifying the ones that we need, and I truly believe God will bring them to us.
He has so much potential. I see so much potential in you.
Man, I'm excited, man. I'm just sitting here just like blown away. I just see you being like the king of Detroit with the real estate. It's a couple people out there, but Detroit has a lot of potential in unique ways for its market.
Yeah.
And I see you cracking the code on that and then expanding. Like you got the aptitude to be able to expand to other markets, but Detroit has a lot of value, man, and it's just like, man, we got to tap into that. And I definitely feel like you boots on the ground. It's only a matter of time for you oh, I see. This is my strategy.
Yeah.
You know, so
not just aptitude. He's got the skill set, and he's got the contacts. Like his
doing
mom and dad are so in the business.
no, that's dope. Shout out to mom. Really,
And dad.
That you the GOAT. But shout out to moms. You got to get moms, man. She out here hustling too, because she could just be sitting back like, hey.
If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have got that first one.
He said his mom sent him a listing.
Shout out to moms.
That's a blessing.
True story. True story.
She threw the money.
She sent it, and she contacted the agent.
We need more stories like this.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's
Especially
a family.
in our community.
That's family right there, man. That's
and
what's
people
up.
wonder like, man, why you and your mom so close? Like, yeah, like that's my age. Like she looked out.
dope.
She looked out on that first one. I can honestly say she put me in a position, and then she looked out on the second one as well, quiet as it's kept. And me and you talked about that yesterday, as far as her just knowing the lady in general, and a lady
Relationships,
giving. Yeah, I'm just being honest. Giving it, she didn't even let it hit the market.
First dibs.
She just said, "Hey, I want you to have it. I wanted to sell it. I want to sell it to you. What will you give me?" And I'm not looking for a boatload of money. I'm just trying to get rid of it, but I want to keep it in the family. And it's completely outdated, so throw me a number. And I threw her a number, and the rest is history.
That's what's up.
That's dope.
Man,
Congrats.
I want to know, what are your plans?
That's the best way to make your wealth, is just be like, hey, you family, I want to transfer it to you. Because one thing I've been realizing, they said in one of the meetups that I went to, is that this money's not going anywhere.
It's not.
This money is not going nowhere, and it's literally getting transferred from one person to another. And it's like Grant Cardone always say, who got my money? How can I get this money from this elderly person? Or not thinking negative about it, as in I'm trying to take their money, but it has to go somewhere. And so essentially it's just a matter of time before we got to figure out what's our altitude to be able to get those funds. That way we can enjoy our life and whatever it is we want to do to become. And it's crazy because literally it happened to you. So to hear your story is like more confirmation that it really happens, you know?
Correct.
So yeah.
Right on. What I was trying to ask is, after Terrence so rudely interrupted me, I wanted to know, hey, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years, Demi?
Where do I see myself in 5 to 10 years?
Yes, sir.
Millions.
You
know,
like
but not just me though. I want to bring people with me.
Okay.
I want to bring a lot of people with me. See, a lot of people get caught in the money. A lot of people forget, where they once started. Like I got people hit me up, man, wanting me to host workshops. Yeah, wanting me to host workshops.
That's dope. He showed me, and I was like,
and Terrence can vouch for me. I showed him a crap ton of DMs about people just want even girls. Hey, can I come work for you? Hey, can I do this? Can I do that?
Jesus.
And I'm like,
you doing something?
I said, and I tell them all the time. I say, man, just give me some time. Like, bro, like sometimes I just want to blow up because it's never enough time in a day, bro. I'm working like 16 hours a day, and this man can vouch for me.
That's good.
I'm working 16 hours a day, bro. Like literally, like it's ridiculous. 7 days a week.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're making something out of yourself.
Yep.
You're being a productive member of your community. You're literally rehabbing the homes of Detroit. You're adding value back to a community that was completely disenfranchised. Like, what you're doing is incredible.
I'm trying.
I just respect you for that.
I'm trying, but it doesn't end with me. I got a lot of people to bring with me, and I'm hoping to bring this man and yourself as well down the line here in Texas. I mean, when y'all ready to touch on that, we could touch on that as well.
Let's save that for another day. We got people.
It's crazy, though. I'm just so blown away, man, because it's just like, man, I ain't know y'all was this smart, man. I'm like, man, y'all are just educating me, man. So I'm just blown away, man. I'm excited, man. it's just like, I feel like it's so much potential here. And it's just like, we just keep getting around. It's like, oh, you 10 times better. Oh, you 10 times better. Oh, and it's just like, we just scaling and growing together. And it feels so good because like you're growing. It don't have to be the same pace, but you're growing in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? I just love the hustle. I love what you're doing. I love how you scaling. Last time you was just taking off. Now you like, I'm making a business about this. I got like people helping me with this. Like we booked out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what you got going next and creating that proper plan to that way we can execute on it. You know, and a lot of it be trial and error always, man. Trial and error, man. So
nothing comes without trial and error.
Absolutely.
Like you gotta bump your head in order to progress. You got to take a step back to gain 5. You know, and that's always been my motto, is to never get discouraged.
But I ain't gonna lie,
Never gonna get discouraged.
We got to get you some renters, man. Pops already know how to do it, man. You got the experience. Ain't no trial and error with that, man. You got to get them houses rented, man.
And they got to be high quality
It's
tenants.
going on. I can't just.
They got to have a good credit score, and they got to have no evictions.
Hey, and that be my biggest problem. Like, I don't want to get this guy in here, man, and then he doing X, Y, and Z, and then he messing up my home, and then I mean,
look. After this interview, man, I'm gonna say right now, use Turbo Tenant.
He loves Turbo Tenant.
I mean, it works. I've used it for all my rental properties.
They market to all the biggest platforms too, though. So I kind of like Turbo Tenant too.
You can check the tenant's background. You can check the tenant's credit score.
All in there.
Turbo Tenant is a blessing.
Use
it for free.
Hey,
it's all in there
for free for you.
Hey, shout out to Terrence too, man, for booking me, for telling me to come to the Rentalspreneur 2022, fresh off the plane.
Oh yeah, he touched down.
That was wild.
I'm at a whole real estate conference. I was like, I don't know if you want to party, but if you want to get this knowledge, he pulled up. He wanted that knowledge, so he pulled up and got to see some of the biggest people in the game
instantly.
Literally, people that's making over 40 million.
Jesus.
In
1
just
year.
all businesses, not just real estate. They done scaled to just phenomenal levels in whatever businessmen that they are. Because real estate opened up the gateway to be able to do whatever you want. And so it's just so inspirational because I was totally inspired to see how those people are scaling just real estate. And then also some of the other ones are now like, you know, doing some of the other things where they're pilots now and they have a pilot school. Like, who would have known through real estate, you would have the opportunity to have a pilot school. Now you're doing some of the things that you're ambitious about or things that you never would have been ambitious about that you now have the opportunity to do. So
that's different.
Man, it inspired me too, man. I'm happy you had a chance to see it and check it out, man. So
I'm blessed and thankful to have a person like you in my corner, bro. And just
keep hustling.
Having me come to something like that meant a lot to me.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't missing that opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Man, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But we're about to conclude.
Yes, sir.
So I want to know, is there anyone else you want to shout out before we end this, Demi? Anything else you want to say to the people?
Of course, man. Shout out to Merritt, to the right of me.
Keep it real.
Shout out to Terrence, man. And you know, let's just keep doing what we doing, man. Let's keep growing. Let's keep God first.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shout out to Pops. Shout out to Mama B. Shout out to Shell. Shout out to the whole Stone and Home Tech's family, and we pushing for great things.
Happy to see
2023,
y'all grow, man. Y'all
Let's
gonna
get it.
grow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode number 7 of the Hustlenomics podcast.
Yes, sir.
And I gotta say, peace out.
Peace.